So room 1114. This is where we've been for 2 weeks. So as you can see, we've got lots of stuff that we're starting to pack away. So please ignore our stuff. But this is the room we've been staying in for 2 weeks. We asked for double bed, but we've got 2 twins. We did put a request through to put the 2 beds together because they keep separating, but they didn't kind of really understand the request and just give us fresh sheets, because the only place you could put it was on the Riu app, and the option was for fresh sheets, not for the bed to be attached, so they keep parting. Got your bedside table, you've got your fan, which is a godsend. It keeps the cool air down. Oh, going the wrong way again. Keeps the cool air down, keeps a nice breeze in the room. So you've got your bathroom, still got our stuff in it obviously. 2 sinks, we don't drink the water. You've got your hairdryer, you've got your magnifying mirror, hand soap and moisturiser, towels, tissues. You've got your shower, really powerful shower. And you've got your products in there, shampoo, conditioner and shower gel, but we bring our own. So that's your shower room. Toilet. One thing we did notice is there's no bidet. When you come to foreign countries, a lot of the time, obviously you can't put things down the toilet, so we tend to bring baby wipes, disposable bags, so that you don't just leave tissue, smelly tissue all in the bin. We brought that with us and 4 packets of baby wipes and stuff, and the cleaner decided, because there's no storage, so, and the air freshener we brought, cleaner decided that she would throw them all away. So everything got thrown away. Then you've got your wardrobes, which we've still got a few bits left in to pack. And you've also got your safe in there. Then you've got your spirits. So some people are on the Facebook group that they've got for this page saying, oh, it's all Premier spirits. It's not, it's their spirits. It's very weak, although my partner did say the gin's nice. You get your tea and your coffee, which they fill up. These are obviously what I've bought, white coffee and stuff. We've got coffee bags. You've got your kettle, 2 cups, ice bucket, water machine, bottles of water, glasses, and they fill up your fridge. Depending on who's coming to fill up your fridge, usually you're allowed 4 cans of each, but depending on who comes, sometimes they'll give you extra and take out what you don't want. So there's bins everywhere. That fan's nice and cool. You've got your full length mirror and your television. Most of the channels are not in our language. The internet here is really, really poor. You know, you've got your 6 lots of drawers to put clothes in as well. And beside the bed, you've got your drawers as well and then a little sofa and a table. What is that face for? You should get in the pool so we can see how deep it is. People are saying that it's not worth paying the money for this pool because the pool's 5 by 5. You can clearly see it's not 5 foot by 5 foot. Probably 12 by 12. You get 2 sunbeds and 2 chairs and a table out here. This is where we're situated. They're also saying it's not very private, so you might as well not have the pool. Pay all that money to have people walking past you. Well, that's where the path is for us. And that's how busy it is normally, day and night. Hardly anyone around for us, so we've been quite fortunate, although we didn't really want this room, to be fair. We asked for a room closer to all the amenities. But the pool is about 3 foot deep.
Yeah, more or less.
3 foot deep. And we've got both sunbeds stacked so that I can get up and down off of them because I've got bad legs. But that's our view. The sun comes over at about 11.
Half 11.
11:30. We've had a lot of overcast days because we're going home tomorrow. Looks like it's quite clear out there, which is quite typical. So hopefully we'll catch a few rays today before we do actually leave to go home. But we are looking forward to going home. So that's the room. So we're at Hotel Karamboa in Cape Verde. Our first visit to Cape Verde and to the hotel, obviously. Day one, we thought it was quite amazing. We thought it was, as they say on the Facebook page, paradise.
It was the first thing.
We looked at dates and prices to come back for next year. We had a really nice day one. We went down to the pool where people got in first thing in the morning and got out last thing in the day, but didn't have any breaks in between, and was drinking plenty from the bar, so the swim up bars. We got in and out the water, and then the next day we had a full day tour, which we had a really nice time. We went to the shipwreck. Darren did his drone over the shipwreck, which is what we wanted to do. We had a real good tour day. He did some sandboarding, didn't break his neck. And then the following day, we had a day off to recover because my poorly legs. So we had a day off to recover again. We spent that day down at the pool, in and out the water for us, but others in the morning, out at last thing at night. We ate down at the snack bars down near the pool, Pepe's, and they lift up the screens, glass doors, so you can get out your food. It's containing burgers, hot dogs, fries, ribs, chicken,
salad,
drumsticks. But people were leaving them open, and lots of flies were going in. We didn't really notice that until the second day, did we? Then on the Wednesday we had buggies booked, and we went out. We had a 2-hour buggy trip, which you really enjoyed.
Yeah, it's really good.
It was good. Went fast. He was happy. I needed a wee, nearly wet myself. But anyway, it was fun. He enjoyed it. Didn't kill me. Didn't roll it. Other people have rolled it since. What are you doing? And then we came back. We had a little bit of chill in our room. So we did the buggy rides, and then we went out on the Wednesday night for the African night, and it was, is it Mobiza? The restaurant on the beach where they have your fire dancers and they do all the show on the beach for you, the fireman.
It was really good.
It was worth, we booked through TUI because it was including the meal. We booked that before we came out, and the food was like the starter. It was like help yourself buffet thing, weren't it? So you went up and got us both some buffet starter. You get a drink on arrival, alcoholic or non-alcoholic. You then sit down at your table. You get a drink with your starter. I had rosé wine and you had beer. We ate our starter, and then we went round and sat around like a massive big fire pit, didn't we? For the drum dancers and the fireman to come out, and he did his little show. I've already uploaded that on YouTube of what we see, although I didn't put the food on it. And then you go back to your table. You've got your drink waiting for your main course, and again they've asked you already if you want steak, chicken or fish, but then thinking you're going to get what you've ordered at the table, it's a buffet again, so you have to go up and help yourself to whatever you want. But on both meals they came and said there's extra if you want to go and get more.
There's loads of food.
There was loads of food, lots and lots, and it looked quite clean. Then some people come in and start playing music, but I started to feel poorly, and we couldn't wait the 45 minutes for the bus to come and collect us to bring us back. We had to come home in a taxi because I wasn't feeling well. And when I feel poorly, I know that I need to go home. So it cost us €10 to get home. Plus we tipped him.
Which ain't bad.
Seems it's only like 10 minutes down the beach, but you've got to go around half of England to get to it. A little road down there and you're there. But they don't have that little road. You've got to go back up to Spain to get to France to come to Germany. It's a long way. So yeah, we came home and I was poorly. I went straight to bed. That was on the Wednesday night, and I left the room and ate. No, I didn't eat on Friday. So I slept through the whole of Thursday, slept through the whole of Friday, got up at about 7 o'clock on the Friday night because I wanted to go down to the neon night, which I've also put some footage on. So we went to the neon night because I wanted to see the neon robot. We spent about an hour there.
Yeah, about an hour.
Came back. I haven't eaten for 2 days. I've been drinking Sprite just to keep my fluids up. Been really poorly. We've both been really poorly throughout the whole stay, on and off. So we think it was from the Pepes, but we have been getting, to start with, ice from the ice machines, which we're kind of thinking maybe straight in from the water supply, not bottled and not brought in. So we stopped having ice. We didn't eat at Pepe's again. We've not been back down there to eat, have we? We've stuck to the main restaurant where there seems to be less flies, but you need to take into consideration there's a lot of people touching the tongs to get the food. So using hand sanitizers to keep our hands clean, but we still keep getting poorly. So we thought perhaps the lady who cleans the room is washing our cups and glasses through the sinks in the bathroom. So before we use them, we bought the kettle to kind of sterilise them and rinse everything out, but we still keep getting poorly. There's been one person on Facebook say that she's got home from the hotel and she's been told she's got E. coli. Anyone can join the Facebook group. This isn't what we're telling you. This is information that's out there for everyone to read. Would we come back?
No.
No. At this point, we still have upset tummies. We're still not very happy. We're living on toast for breakfast. I have a few chips at lunchtime to tide me over. And then in the evening, it's usually a little bit of mashed potato, a little bit of meat.
A roast dinner.
And a few carrots and peas for me.
Same for me, really.
We're not really eating much of the food. And perhaps a little bit of ice cream. We're trying to avoid it. We've had some pizzas when we've seen them be brought fresh out of the oven before anything can land on it, before anyone can touch anything. So we've tried to, but we just keep getting poorly. This country don't like our tummies, does it?
No, definitely
We're
not.
obviously very sensitive. Well, I am. So we wouldn't come back here at this precise moment. The hotel is lovely, the grounds are lovely, the people working at it 9 times out of 10 are lovely. We had, because I was in the room for 2 days, not leaving the room, poor old Darren stayed with me, and he ran out of gin and vodka. 5 times we had to request for gin and vodka to be filled up. So I went up.
Which is supposed to be done every 2 days.
Every 2 days, they're supposed to refill it. They do the fridge. Depending on who you get, they'll put 4 cans in, or they'll completely fill the fridge like we've got it at the moment. Someone said you need to try harder and tip them, but I've paid for this service. We knew that the room had a mini bar in it, so as far as we're concerned, we shouldn't have to tip someone to give us extra. We tip for good service, so we don't want to bribe you. We want you to give us that good service, and then we're happy to tip you. This is possibly the hotel where we've done the least tipping, because we've not really left our room, only to eat. We've been down to the entertainment shows a couple of times. It's worth seeing, but it is mainly dancing to themes such as ABBA, Greece. What else did they do? An African night, which we kind of didn't really get the meaning to it.
Made no sense.
It didn't make any sense to us. It wasn't really explained very well, but it might make sense to other people. So we have been down there and watched some of the shows, but we kind of sit on the end, and if it's not for us, we come back to the room and put a film on. Hence, back to the internet. You're watching a film that you stream to the internet, and the internet kicks you out. This is the worst internet we have ever had. It's very frustrating. You get logged on, you're watching something, and it just stops. Even though you're using it, it just stops. It doesn't kick everybody out that's not using it, it just kicks everybody out, including the ones using it. So we found that quite frustrating.
Same as a TV.
Yeah, so
TV's
we're watching
on
a
the
film,
internet.
streaming a film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll come up with a semi-signal or something, doesn't it? And says, and then it'll come back on a little while after. But there's a lot of people staying at the hotel, so there's a lot of people using the internet. But we've been at other places where there's a lot of people, and we've not had internet problems. So it's not the best of internet, is it?
No.
So 5 times we had to request going up to reception, coming back, going up to reception, coming back. One gentleman I spoke to on the reception, and he said, you need to make sure it's logged. And I said, well, I think that was the 4th time. Fourth time, and I was talking to him, and he just walked away from me before I'd even finished speaking to him. And I said, like, is that logged? And he just carried on walking. So we then went and spoke to the TUI lady, didn't we?
Yeah.
And said, look, we've asked for this to be refilled 4 times now, 5 times. And we went back to the reception that evening and spoke to the only lady that's actually really helped us on the reception area. Showed us where the milk was for the coffee and tea in the room. You get a little carton of milk if you want milk in your room, rather than using the sachet creamer. So she's the only really helpful one we've found up there, haven't we? So she made sure it was logged, and the next day we got the gin and vodka brought to the room, and the minibar filled.
You only actually bought gin.
He brought gin.
He didn't bring the vodka.
Oh, and he brought the other 2
Till the next
spirits, which is their, I think, grog, isn't it?
Yeah,
which
ain't
is
nice.
their rum and their Bacardi, so dark rum and Bacardi. And then the vodka came the following day, yesterday, with the man who filled up the minibar fridge the most for us. He's filled it really
He's
well
really good.
twice, isn't he?
So we tipped him.
So yeah, we tipped him because he gives us good service. We're not going to tip someone to get the service. Give us the service, we'll tip you. We've tipped the lady that's been doing the room, not the one that threw all our stuff away, because I think she was only doing it on our normal ladies' day off, wasn't she?
What about us today?
No.
A week.
No, it wasn't. It was whatever. Anyway, so no, we wouldn't at this stage come back here. Whether or not we'd go to the other island of Sal.
It depends on the sun, though, as well.
Well, they say this
So
island
overcast, Mum.
is lovely all year round. So the first day is when we was out doing our trips. We always try and do our trips at the beginning of our stay in case we do get poorly, then we've not had to cancel anything. So we did our trips. We did have to cancel the pub crawl because we were supposed to do that on the Thursday, and I just slept in bed all day because I was so ill. I think I had food poisoning. So we did have to cancel that. But since then, it's been overcast on our sunbathing
every
days
day.
that we scheduled. We thought we'll have sunbathing days for the rest of the holiday. So, and today the sky looks quite clear, as you can see.
It is hot,
It is
just
hot.
no sun.
Well, the sun comes out and it goes behind the clouds, so
Yeah.
it's overcast. It's
Yeah.
hot, it's overcast, but the pool's a godsend. We would 100% recommend, if you are determined to come here and have a holiday, to get a swim-up room, because if you are poorly, you can still be
100%.
close to the toilet, as well as get into your pool to cool down. You've got your sunbed, you've got your space. You don't have to go in the pools where...
And it is private, pretty private, really, to be fair.
Depending on where your room is, I think.
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
getting an end room and you're right near
not
the
so
path,
much.
then maybe not so much. But we're in the middle-ish. We're 3 down, and we don't really get any disturbance or people walking past us,
Well,
really,
they can't
do we?
walk past, can they?
No. But we have got neighbours that side and neighbours that side that are together and are very noisy. And they get out of their pool and go past and get in their pool. Which, if they'd have planned it a bit better at the hotel, they should have probably given them the 2 rooms together and give us that room or that room, and then they could have had the 2 rooms together. But we emailed within plenty of time asking for a room close to the amenities because of obviously my walking problems, which I suppose we're not far from the amenities.
I don't think you
we're
can
not
get
in the
any
last
closer, to be
block.
honest with you.
But it could have been better. It is what it is. So that's why we hired Barbara. Barbara, my Benidorm buggy, who broke down on me once. I had to call in RAC to push me back to the room because Barbara hadn't been charging properly because RAC didn't fulfil their duty. And I broke down right outside the main restaurant. How embarrassing. It wouldn't go anywhere. And I had to WhatsApp him and say, I've just broken down, and he had to come push me. So I had a recovery from RAC, didn't I?
Yes.
But the rooms are nice, they're clean. We've seen a few cockroaches.
3
3 or 4?
3 or 4.
Whatever. We had a crocodile on the patio. It nearly ate me. It was a little lizard. It's a baby lizard. But I still didn't want it near me. I don't like creepy crawlies. And then we see the monstrosity of a spider, which was as big as a 50p.
Bigger.
It was huge. But its leg, that was more, I'm talking its body, about the length of a 50p. And then its legs grew. It was like huge. But it's been there the whole holiday, hanging from the
Same place.
Banana tree?
Yeah, banana tree.
Banana tree. Just, we look at it every time we go to the restaurant, and there it sits, hanging in the banana tree. Anything else?
No.
What have your highlights been? The buggies?
Pool.
This little pool, which we definitely would do again. The steps going down, although the last step is deeper than any of the others, so you kind of have to be careful when you take the last step down. It is quite deep, isn't it?
Yeah,
and he
deep.
keeps stumping his toe on the little filter thing at the bottom of it, and stamping his feet and doing impressions of an orangutan when he hurts himself, which is quite entertaining because he hurts himself more by doing it. But yesterday they came and they scrubbed with a hand brush all the walls, the seat and the steps of the pool that we've got behind us. So a man got into the pool while I was asleep and woke me up. He got in.
Oh.
No, you was asleep in bed.
Oh.
He got in the pool and he'd got like a scrubbing brush and he scrubbed down every single bit of the wall and the steps and the seat that's there. So there's a seat for you to sit on closest to the room.
It should be the other side.
Which should really be the other side because then you'd get the sun and you could sit down that side. But it is what it is. Another thing we thought would be better is if they had steps going into the pool and then steps going out the other side, and then you could have the sunbeds over in the sun more, because the hotel actually shadows you a little bit, doesn't it? So that's why the sun's over there all day long, and if you had your sunbeds over there, it'd be perfect. You'd be in the sun, you'd be happy, you'd get a breeze. But because you've got the sections up, you're not really getting much of a breeze very often, are you?
No.
But it is what it is. And then there's a couple of guys came round last night, didn't they? It was about 9 o'clock, because you said it was going to be about 12. Oh, was it 7?
No, I think it was 7.
14 hours. 14 hours.
Yeah.
So came round at 7 o'clock. They don't speak great English, but they kind of communicated not to get back into the pool until 9 o'clock today, which it's now
Got that.
10 past 10. So we can go in the pool when we've done this. They'd put chemicals in to obviously clean any germs and the scrubbing and bacteria, which is good. And I hope they do that down at the other pools where people are standing in there all day, because I dread to think what germs are floating around in that water. It doesn't smell of chlorine, does it? None of the pools
No,
smell of
oddly.
chlorine. Not like our hot tub at home.
No.
So you don't know what's floating, and it's a good job you have a shower getting out of them, but each to their own, innit? We kind of picked our sunbeds so we was halfway towards the pool and halfway towards the toilet. So we was in the middle, weren't we, on the 2 sunbed days that we was down at that pool rather than using this one. But getting in and out and coming back and having a shower and stuff. But the fact that they was all in there first thing, and some of them are in there at 9 o'clock. It doesn't even open till 10:30.
Yeah, 10:30.
But they'd gone to the self-service counter to get their beer at 9 o'clock and got into the pool, and they was in there
That's one good thing.
until it closes.
Beer, wine.
Yeah, the self-service is good.
That's really
but you've also then got people with germs on their hands touching those facilities.
They still got that. Good idea.
But there's a lot of people on the Facebook group saying, has anyone got any Imodium? So there's a lot of people here that are poorly. It's not just us two. And it's not because we've been dirty or we've not cleaned or we've not washed our hands. It's because we've possibly used something from a person that hasn't washed their hands. So we are now taking our own sanitisers to our tables and stuff like that. You learn by your mistakes. So if you're coming here, take your own sanitiser. Bring yourself some gloves if you want to. Bring your own utensils.
That's what we should have done.
Bring your own food. I don't know. What can you say? We was going to bring gloves and then we forgot them. You know why? Because they wasn't on my spreadsheet for packing. But we're glad to be going home. It's not very often we have a holiday where we are glad to go home, are we?
No.
Usually I'm crying because I don't want to go home, especially when I've been in Egypt, because I love Egypt. I'm like, I don't want to go home, I want to stay. But we have to go home.
To get home now.
Another suggestion would be to bring water bottles so you can drink from these rather than from all the cups. Darren's going to get in the pool so you can see how deep it is. It's probably the deepest pool we've ever had, swim up room wise. He's 5 foot, so he says 4. I'm not sure about that myself, but he's going to be complaining he's cold. In you get, Phyllis. It does come up quite deep. It is cold, and that's the thing that he keeps stumping his little toes on, his little piggies. And then this side you can see is where the seat is for you to sit. You're getting out now? You're not going to sit on the chair? But it is quite deep. It's deeper than our pool in Morocco. And you've got like your little seat here, which would be so much better over the other side. But anyway, still look, no one walking past us.
See the sun's over here.
See, the sunbeds would be so much better over there. If you had steps going in and coming out, and that area over there could be your sunbathing area, it would be perfect. For some people this is paradise and they come here for years and years and years and years. For us, it's not been paradise. So although it's not been paradise, we've been here for 2 weeks. Yeah, we won't come back. But you don't know if you like somewhere until you go and try it. So we've tried it. You make your decision, but just take any precautions that we've suggested. Bring your water bottles where you can screw the lid down so no flies can land on the bit you're drinking from. If you want a sunny room with a pool, book it. It's not 5 by 5, it's about 12 by 12, but it's about 3 foot deep. And if you just want time together, the 2 of you, perfect. Or if you want to still get some sun and cool down and you're poorly, still perfect. But you have to evaluate if it's worth that money. We can't do that for you. And everything on here is either on the Facebook group, like I said, comments about people all being poorly, asking for Imodium, etc. It's not what we're saying, it's just the information that we're seeing that we've passed on. That's our review, our opinion of our 2-week stay in Karamboa, Cape Verde.